Hi, everyone. My name's Caitlin. I'm a holistic nutrition consultant and the author of a blog called grassfedgirl.com. And today we're going to talk about my all beef experiment. It's 31 days, so we're going to do a recap. This is the second or third video I've done about this, and then we're going to do a recap. Hi, my name's Caitlin. I'm a holistic nutrition consultant and the author of grassfedgirl.com. And today we're going to be doing a recap of my 31 days of all beef. So that's the experiment I did, and we are live on YouTube as well. So hello Instagram, hello YouTube. So if you have any questions about carnivore questions, I'm here to answer them. I've been a carnivore for 3 years. Just let me pin this comment. If I can, there we go. So happy Saturday. Tell me where you guys are watching from, and we'll see. Hopefully I can stay on a while. My baby is watching a show. So hopefully he'll just come in here if he's not happy or whatever. So I did 31 days of all beef, and just let me know if you have any questions. And I lost about 7 pounds. Spoiler alert. It was hi Catherine from Wisconsin. It was a great experience. I'm feeling really good. I had some all beef. So I drank coffee. I drink organic decaf coffee, and I had Hi Grace, and I had from Hong Kong. So tell me where you're watching from. So I had coffee, and I had a few bites of chicken a few times, but mostly 99.999% all beef. There was like one time I couldn't have anything. There wasn't any beef, so I ate a little bit of chicken, but pretty much all beef. And I just felt like my inflammation really went down. So if you don't know, I have Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid condition that is very hard to deal with. It makes you gain weight. It makes you tired. And when you have a baby, it's even harder to deal with it. So I've been recovering for 18 months from having a baby, and I've just been trying to get to feeling like myself again. And, I thought, well, doing the all beef would really help me feel better. And it did. It was really great. So I want to keep it up, but I think I'm going to introduce some other meats like fish. Last night I had fish because it was over. So I started March 1st, and then I did some fish last night, and it was really good. And I even felt like I had lost another pound this morning. So I lost about 6-7 pounds during this challenge. I wish I had taken some measurements, because where I really feel it is my clothes. So I'm feeling much better. My clothes are just looser and they fit better. And so I'm really happy with that. And yeah, I really loved this all beef. I thought it was going to be hard, but it really was easier than last time. I think last time I did it was like November or October, and it was hard because maybe the holidays. I'm right in the sun there. There you go. Maybe that's better. So I did it last year, and it was a little harder for me. But this time was pretty easy. It's kind of like you have to eat preemptively. So you have to wake up and just kind of, especially if you're going to leave the house, you just kind of have to eat before you go out, because maybe there's not beef somewhere. So I would often eat 3 meals a day, just because I would kind of wanted to preventatively eat, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to be in a place where there was nothing. Like if you go to McDonald's at 9, there's nothing but eggs and bacon. So that's not beef. So anything that's beef, I could eat. Beef tallow I could eat, which I don't really like. But one night I made like a beef tallow with, I put some garlic and paprika in it, and it really helped. It made it taste a lot better. I'm not a big beef tallow fan, so it was really much better when you put I made like a seasoned beef tallow butter, if you will. So it was really good. Catherine says, what's my protein to fat ratio? I don't count my ratios, Catherine. I don't really believe in that for carnivore. I was attracted to the carnivore diet in the first place because I didn't want to count anything. I didn't want to track anything. So I just, are you new to carnivore? I'm wondering because you said, Catherine says, I'm having problems with animal fats lately. So that makes me think you're having like a digestive issue with fats. So make sure you drain off the beef, like ground beef fat. You might want to avoid that until your digestive system will pick up after a while, maybe a month or two. But at first, you don't want to be pouring on a whole bunch of excess fat because it can be really hard on your body. So maybe you're just eating too much, like drain off some of that fat just because your your gallbladder might be having trouble. And what you can do is also, okay, she says she's been on carnivore a year. So what do you mean when you say you're having trouble with animal fats? I'm wondering. So you can always take a digestive enzyme or take some betaine HCl. Some people put those two together. And one of the things I think really helped me this time was I wasn't adding a lot of fat because, like I said, I don't really like tallow. So there wasn't a lot of fat to be added. So I was just eating fatty meats and I wasn't adding fat. I think that you can get a little carried away adding fat, adding butter. I love to make, I'm a really gourmet person. So I can make all kinds of sauces, and I made a hollandaise. I'm really good at making hollandaise, so I have to avoid that. I'm going to just move this over to this side. Maybe it'll be a little better too. Okay. Let me get it right. 1 second. There we go. Is that a little better? Can you see me better? There's the extension of the table. Is that any better for the light? Okay. So, Catherine, have you been under, so she says she's having loose stools. Have you been under some new stress, some extra new stress that can often change your digestive patterns? So maybe that's what it is. But have you been sleeping? Did you change your job? Did you have a bad thing happen in your family or something like that? I don't know why it would happen all of a sudden if you've been a carnivore for a year. But, when I did do my ratio, I've counted in a long time ago. Like, I've been carnivore for 3 years, like I said. So this October will be 4 years, which is not close. But anyway, when I did count, my ratio was, I think, more like 60-40 fat to 40% protein, something like that. And it's gotten, it's all over the place. It just depends on what I ate that day. I'd have to put it in for, maybe 70-30, maybe 80-20. It's just all over the place. I can't really tell you because, but I don't add a lot of fat. So what I was eating during this challenge was mostly, I love those Teton Waters hot dogs. Oh, okay. Well, she said she had I think maybe we figured it out. She had the name of the big bug that we should not mention on YouTube, but she had that. And ever since then, her digestion has not been the same. Yeah, maybe, that's a big stressor on your body, and maybe you're just still kind of getting over it. So just eat slower. Like I said, drain off the excess fat and try to relax when you eat, and just don't eat stuff with a bunch of melted fat. That should help. If you're barbecuing, just kind of let the fat go through, because some people just can't digest that fat. I can, but well, I don't know what happens. It definitely doesn't when Hashimoto's, you tend to have slower digestion, not fast digestion. So yeah. And my Hashimoto's, if you don't know, I had 600 TPO when I first got sick. And then I have been repairing and rebuilding my health for 10 years or maybe more now. And now I have 51 is my TPO. So some people say 30 is in remission. So I'm almost to remission, but I've never quite got there. I do have a blood test soon on April something 18th. So I guess I could see. And I've been doing red light therapy now. So maybe that will change. I've been putting it right here because I have a little one. I put my red light therapy code down in the description box. It's in the other room, but I've been trying that. And of course I took my Relight. This really helps me through because, oh my gosh, it helps so much with just getting through the day when you are on an all beef diet. So it can get a little monotonous, and having this to look forward to, just like, if you don't know, Relight is made out of Redmond real salt, and it is so good. Lemon lime is my favorite flavor, if you don't know. So good. I love this stuff. You can use my code GrassFedGirl to save on your order. All right. So what I ate on the all beef was coffee, beef, tallow, sometimes, very rarely. So anything from a cow. So like my husband loves filet mignon, so I ate filet mignon sometimes. I ate hamburger a lot. And sometimes I have like bougie local farmers, and sometimes I just have like Aldi ground beef, 80/20. And sometimes I have, fancy stuff, and sometimes I just eat whatever. And then also I had a lot of ground beef, a lot of hot dogs, those Teton Waters hot dogs. I like the Applegate hot dogs, and I like the Aldi organic hot dogs. They all have really good, I love sausages. So any kind of sausage like that I could eat. I love that. And I went to Korean barbecue one time. I had hamburgers from Whataburger one time. I made videos about what I ate, so go back and watch those. Yeah, pretty much that's what I ate. And then I did have a little bit of this collagen creamer in my coffee, and I would put it in the blender. So it had collagen, and I think it had a little bit of MCT oil in it. Hi, Jimmy. So I would put that in my coffee, and that was, a beef-based creamer. And I just can't drink the coffee in the, I'm going to scoot over a little bit of the coffee in the, without the creamer. It's just, it's rough. So anybody have any carnivore questions over here on Instagram? Tell me if you just started the carnivore diet. I'd be happy to help you with your carnivore questions. It's been really helping me to stay sane while I'm breastfeeding. And this week I've been night weaning again. I tried it before, like a few months ago, and it didn't really stick. I couldn't stick with it because it was so stressful. So this time it's been going much better. He slept for 7 hours one night. He slept for 6 hours one night. So it's just been, I slept a lot this week, and so it's really good. So I really want to night wean because I'm just not getting enough sleep, and I feel like it's affecting my recovery. Okay, so Lisa Maureen 67 says, I'm trying to heal my Hashimoto's. Well, good. You're in the right place. Carnivore diet is a great way to do it. Reduces the anti-nutrients from vegetables. I feel like eating all those vegetables when I was doing keto really slowed down my progress, and my digestion improved when I went carnivore, and my numbers improved. So I hope that happens for you too. And you got to make sure you address when you're talking about Hashimoto's, you have to make sure you address your home environment. You have to get rid of your toxins. You have to clean up your cleaning products. You have to clean up your personal care products. Really important to do that as well when you're talking about Hashimoto's or any autoimmune disease, because you have like a toxic load, a toxic burden. So when it's like a bucket. So you have a bucket, and when it's full, it just overflows. And so your home products, your all of your everything, just all of your furniture, everything off gases, and it makes you have a toxic burden and it overflows your bucket. And that's when you can have a histamine reaction also is a bad thing that can happen when your bucket is full. So all right, we got some questions here. Let's go back. Progesterone is high. Well, usually that's a good thing. Lisa Maureen says my progesterone is really high. Usually you want that. You want your progesterone to be up. Did your doctor say that was bad? Grace says, I had my antibodies results and it's still high. Any tips to lower it? Well, like I said, you have to clean up your personal care. You have to clean up your home environment. No perfumes are really, really bad. You have to worry about cleaning products. It's all going to add to your burden, and it's going to make your antibodies high because your body's trying to detox all that crap, and it's going to make your immune system heightened, and it's going to make that attack going up and up and up and flaring up your whole immune system. So you have to do that. You have to keep your blood sugar really balanced. So you have to eat meals. Don't let yourself get too hungry. I would avoid too much fasting for Hashimoto's. It can be a big stressor. You have to reduce stress. If you have like you have to sleep a lot. I had a terrible adrenal fatigue, and I spent years just sleeping, and it helped so much before I had a baby, of course, and now I never get to sleep. You have such great skin. Sue says, Alvarado says, you have such great skin. Would you attribute it to the carnivore diet? I think that, thank you. I think it helped some. I've always had, this skin, but doing carnivore helped. I think, definitely, we talk about that meat glow, kind of have that meat glow. So yeah, I think it does help. But like I said, cleaning up your personal care, cleaning up your home environment, you have to be careful about all that. So that helps. So Lisa Maureen says it's too high. I'm 55. Well, how long have you been doing carnivore for? I know, one of my friends, she did carnivore for a while, and then she got pregnant, and they told her she would never get pregnant. And I know you're all 55, but I'm just saying it can balance your hormones regardless of your age. So you just have to be consistent and do it for a while. Since February. Well, you just started, so you got to give it I've been doing it for going on 4 years now. So Sue, tips on fixing the gut. Well, yeah, you want to get more gelatin, collagen. You want to eat more meat on the bone. She wants to fix her gut, so you need to eat less of the foods that cause leaky gut, or that food doesn't cause leaky gut, but it can exacerbate leaky gut and make it harder to heal. So if you're eating a lot of vegetables that are really hard to digest, which is almost all of them, if you're eating a lot of nuts and seeds, almonds, that kind of stuff is really rough on the digestive system. So avoid those things. Stress is a big thing. Like I said, sleep. These things are all kind of universal for all healing, especially for your you can try taking some probiotics, but they never help me at all. So seems like carnivore is what helped me the most out of everything. And I've been doing carnivore, keto, paleo for 10 years more, if not more. Okay, Pat over here on YouTube says, I'm 65 years old and been carnivore for 3 months and gained weight. Well, Pat, I can relate because I have gained weight on carnivore too. So make sure you're reducing your dairy Dairy is a big thing. And I can really gain weight if I eat egg whites. Like if I eat all that egg white bread and stuff like that, or those egg white wraps, those make me super bloated. I gain weight when I eat those. Hi, Keto Joyce. How are you? I'm doing live on YouTube and Instagram. So Pat, are you going to tell me if you're a man or a woman? Sometimes that helps me to know what to do or what to say. So Pat says, I'm 65 and been carnivore for 3 months and I gained weight. You know, Kelly Hogan gained weight when she did carnivore at first. So I'm going to put this back over here because it's okay. The light is gone down now. So you can have a period where your body is kind of regaining muscle and rebuilding itself and storing up. And then you can kind of break through and start losing weight again. So make sure your electrolytes are in balance. Electrolytes. And make sure you're sleeping. Make sure to cut the dairy. And I would be careful of egg whites. Like I said, I gained a lot of weight with egg whites. And, you know, try to just, sometimes if you're older, Pat says they're over 65. I think a lot of older people don't eat enough. They don't eat enough. So you got to eat more. So eat more because that can stoke your metabolism. So like instead of 2 meals, eat 3 meals. Like I eat often 3 meals, sometimes 2, but sometimes 3, just depending on if I'm bored, especially in the all beef. I was kind of eating before I would get hungry because then it would keep me on track. Okay. I mean, why do you feel the need? Pat says, I'm female. I stopped dairy and eggs for 30 days. I eat OMAD. Why do you feel like you need to eat OMAD? Maybe you're just not eating enough calories. I mean, Keto Joyce over here says, I have to eat more fat to lose weight. I mean, I've heard that before. It doesn't really work for me, but it seems like if I just I don't really worry about the fat. I just eat the fat that's on the meat. And that seems fine. You stopped dairy and eggs for 30 days. Yeah, well, I've had to stop dairy and eggs for 3 months. And I'm only around 40. Maybe more, maybe less. Hi, friend. Happy Ramadan. Saha Ramadanik. My husband is celebrating Ramadan. Keto Bafarzi. So Grace says, will doing all beef lower TG and TPO antibodies? I'm sure it would. Pat says, if I eat lunch, I get sleepy at work, so I wait until I get home. What about eating breakfast? You know, maybe you should look up like the leptin reset. Dr. Jack Cruz has a leptin reset, and he says eat a big hunk of meat for breakfast. And leptin is one of those hormones that makes you feel full. And a lot of people have kind of lost touch with their leptin over the years. So maybe that's something to look into, Pat. And again, like I said, clean up your environment, clean up your personal care, work on your stress, work on your sleep, all those things. You know, it's like a full body thing. You know, you're focused on just what we eat. You know, a lot of us are staying inside all the time. They're staying inside all the time, and we only look at screens, and we don't walk, and we sit all the time. So those are all things we can work on. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm trying to try to do a video about Starbucks egg bites. I'm going to make carnivore Starbucks egg bites. I probably won't eat them, but I will make them on YouTube. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube. And I got to go check on my baby. He's I hope he's okay. He's watching some Cocomelon, and I feel like a bad mom, so I gotta go check on him. And we're gonna go outside and play because we still have about another hour before dark. So I hope you guys are doing well, and I really appreciate you watching today. If you have any other questions, really quick, let me know. But yeah, in the all beef month, yeah, they do have keto. Joy says, I like Starbucks ones, but they have too much carbs. Well, mine won't have any carbs, I don't think. I'm going to put cottage cheese, maybe. So enjoy the baby. Yes. He's the best. He's the best. Yeah, I was going to say, with all beef also helped my hormones. I didn't usually get a really bad headache around my period, and I didn't this time. So if you want to know if it balances your hormones, yes, it does. And then, like I said, the bloating from the eggs went away. And I think I'm really going to keep this up because it's the only thing that's been working. And I've lost about half my baby weight, but I still want to lose the rest of it. It's my name, Caitlin Weeks. But if you search grass-fed girl, you'll find me too. It's easy to find me over there. Thank you, Sue, for asking. All right, guys. Well, I better go. Please subscribe, share with a friend. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.